Hello, welcome to another edition of After the Whistle, Wednesday, April 16th. Yesterday was tax day. Hope y'all did y'all taxes, because those are some folks you just don't want to be on your case, because they never go away.
I definitely did them last minute.
Hey, as long as you do them.
You like baby mamas? Okay. I really did with the baby mama though. At least you know we got one thing in common.
Yeah.
The person.
Yeah, the tax man, they ain't got nothing in common but just make your life even more miserable.
They just take. And we give.
Damn shit. I forgot to ask you this. I had CB here when he was talking about you guys playing up in New York when you guys were young and stuff like that. And then those tournaments him and Justin were in, like 3-on-3s. Like, what do you remember about those ones?
Winning. But New York, we got cheated by Kim Curtin. I will never forget that. They was like 2 years older than us, a year or 2 years. And then, like I said, we lost in New Jersey after they played a diamond and two on me and Justin. So just dealing with that for the first time at like 11, 12 years old was just like, what? And we hear some teenage high school seniors who've never even seen a boxing one, let alone a diamond in one their whole career.
What was it? Upstate New York? Where was y'all?
We was at Siena.
Okay, upstate New York. Yeah, okay.
And then the 3-on-3s, just the camaraderie, you know what I mean? Not realizing that other people from the outside looked at us at like on a different level, because we were just a small group of kids that all played together and just won, and we held each other to a certain standard, and we all ended up playing, you know what I mean, after high school. But yeah, just the camaraderie, man, and just beating people, you know.
Because all three of y'all at one point like the conferences in scoring your senior years, right? Because I think Justin, he led the NEC in scoring his senior year. CB, I think he won MVP his senior year. You led your conference in scoring your senior year, right?
Yeah, man, we all grew up together. All our parents grew up together. So we were kind of like, we were destined to be friends and relatives type. So it's one of them things like, yeah, man, it's just, the standard, man. The standard we held each other to growing up, man. It's just what it was.
Justin Johnson?
Yeah.
Okay, Justin was nice.
I ain't shopping Zion, and a lot of people forget how nice Justin was.
Yeah, Justin.
And the crazy thing is, me and Justin should have been the same year, because I graduated a year early.
Right.
So, you know. So,
Justin was definitely tough.
Yeah.
But I didn't know he led his conference to score.
Yeah, senior year. I think he averaged like 26 or 27.
Yeah, once in a blue moon, I got to remind people that, you know what I mean, he'll could hoop, and he got to remind people from time to time.
Oh, nah. I remember he hooped, but I didn't know he was
more or less for the younger generation, because they've only seen him, you know what I mean, after
There's a lot of guys they don't know.
Circumstance, you know what I mean?
Football too. He throw a football too.
Yeah. Actually, he could have been a pitcher. There's a lot of things he could have done, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he was
lefty, decent size.
Yeah, he filled in at quarterback. There was a point he filled in at quarterback for like 5 or 6 games, and it was just bombs over Baghdad. Bombs over, no, legit. But every game is like him and AC, deep balls and stuff.
And then somebody's panties got in the wad. And they threw that dude back in there.
Yeah, he still be asking me about that. He's looking for the, I think his first varsity start at QB. He's looking for that game. He's still, I think it was against like Salem or something, or Swampscott or something like that. He's still looking for that game. I'm trying to find it.
Shout out to Just, man. That's my guy too.
I'm trying, yeah, man.
Dude.
Yeah, I mean, city
I know he. That's dope though. He led the conference in scoring.
Yeah,
that's why we don't really say too much when we win, man. It's kind of second nature to win.
Yeah, I know about winning. I definitely know.
All Scholastic, both of y'all?
Yeah. I missed it. Man.
I was all Scholastic.
Missed it.
I was an All-American nominee.
Twice. And they won the chip.
Oh.
Yeah, McMahon, he won it.
That school even still exists?
I don't know, Matt. No.
Yeah.
They might. They still do, actually. They still do. Yeah, that's the first time they ever beat us twice in a row in one.
I was top 100 in my junior year. Definitely. No bullshit.
Yeah, man. Shout out to all them folks that made All Scholastic.
P already know.
Yeah, the All Scholastics came out. Bella made the dream team.
That was unbelievable.
Yeah, so shout out to her. Gio and JJ were on there.
Congrats to
Yeah,
them.
so
As they
kudos
should be.
Yeah, man. So shout out to everybody. It's just,
Yep. Item teams, all those Harold teams.
yeah, ain't nobody giving them folks at the at the Herald hard time about folks that should be on it or not.
We had the Boston shootout. Y'all remember the Boston shootout?
They didn't have it.
If you was on that team, then you was the
They did
guy.
at TD Garden?
Yeah,
Oh,
with
Fleet Center at the time?
Fleet.
Yeah.
Yeah, my year, they didn't have a lot of All-Star games. I don't know what
Dog.
the deal was.
The best dudes in the country used to come to that. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, man. A lot of things kind of died out. They don't even take the pictures no more at TD Garden for the Dream Team. They don't even.
I
do
know.
those
Remember that? They
pictures.
used to do it right there on the floor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
take a whole bunch of pictures and the kids in their school uniform out there. Yeah, man. COVID kind of. Since that, they haven't done it since like.
Yeah, COVID did a lot,
They should bring it back.
especially to them
I
students.
think it was COVID. I think you got a lot of haters in positions now that were never able to be in those positions.
Yeah.
So the envy, and they're starting to like cut off a lot of stuff for athletes, bro. Like think about it, like where are the semifinals games? Where the finals at? Like you can't even get in the garden anymore. Like that's ridiculous.
I know.
Right.
Are you serious? And you can't even get on Division I basketball court for your finals at least. Like come on, y'all got to figure it out, Massachusetts.
Facts.
I remember when it used to be in the Spectrum in Worcester.
Worcester, right?
It should be anywhere that you know what I mean.
That was huge. That
Credible
was a huge
space
place.
to have a large amount of people in it. Every other state does it, but Massachusetts want to be progressive and want to control things. So whatever.
Yeah, Holy Cross was still my favorite site for a state title game. That just everybody just right there on top of you, and that was probably my favorite site.
You shouldn't have to go
Watch
in any
that
gym with asbestos in it, or asbestos in the building.
Yeah, the Magic went into Orlando. The Hawks went into Orlando last night. It looked like the first 2 quarters of that game, they was half asleep.
Yeah.
It looked like they didn't know it was kind of an important game for the most part of this game. I think they got down by as many as 20 at some point, and then they was playing catch up the whole game. And then Trae Young has a little fit towards the end and gets ejected.
Yeah.
And granted, they still got a chance to make the playoffs. They got to play the winner of tonight's Bulls and whoever's played whatever matchup tonight. But still, they just didn't look good last night.
Yeah, I think Atlanta's out.
We got a home game though.
I don't think it matters. I think the Bulls are in. I think the Bulls are the hardest team right now in the play-in tournament.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say about the Hawks. It's Atlanta. We already know how successful we expect those teams to be. They party too much out there, but they only shot 19% from the three. What's his name? The only guy to have more than 20. I don't know what they expected to do. What's his name? What's my homeboy name? What's his name? Greg Anthony's son.
Oh, Cole.
Yeah, Cole. He almost outscored their whole entire bench by himself.
Yeah, he came out 26.
And granted, Black had, he was balling too, so them two outscored the Hawks bench alone, and maybe some starters too.
Some would say, I heard somebody say this, they didn't want to play the Celtics. So that's why they played the way they played.
Who does though?
That's what I'm saying, but so we'll see next how they come out against the Bulls, because the Bulls are winning tonight.
You'd much rather guarantee yourself a playoff spot than a win-and-go-home situation Friday night. You'd much rather guarantee you're going to get 4 games instead of being in this predicament. Because
I think just not wanting to play the Celtics sounds good.
Yeah, but they said that because that's the way they came out. You know what I mean?
Oh man, they came out
they didn't think it was important.
But question though, when's Atlanta even been in the talks of even have a chance of being in contention to go
When
to the
Al
finals?
Horford was there.
No,
Did anybody believe that one time they had 4 All-Stars? Nobody believed that. That was like when the Pistons had 4 All-Stars, but the Pistons were a championship caliber team. You know what I mean?
They look. They 40 and 42, man.
Oh, they were sub 500?
Yeah,
I didn't realize
40
that.
and 42, man.
Yeah, they
And
go home.
And this is my thing with the play-in, man. It's cool and all, but can we get like some type of little criteria for them 9 through 10 teams? At least have some type of a winning record or some, just.
I'm going to say the same thing I said last year. You don't have to have an equal amount of teams on each side if the records don't match up.
Right.
That's just what it is.
Just do it by the numbers.
If two teams are tied, one might have one loss, or have a chance to make playoffs, cool. But if you're like 6, 7, 8 games back, go sit on the couch and watch.
Right.
Like, what are we doing?
Because you waste people's time.
Very
It's
much
a waste
so.
of time.
Yeah.
I mean, we feel that way, but they're worried about people that's gonna spend and pay. But it's like it's not a good product because we know they shouldn't be out there.
Right. And then the results.
Even the
show,
kids
too.
know this nowadays.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
We're in the world that everybody thinks they know stuff, and you can educate yourself in the palm of your hand.
Right.
So it's looking ridiculous now. Come on, Silver. Get this lead back to gold, please.
Oh man, game 2 of the night. Warriors and Grizzlies. Warriors pull it off. 121.
Good game.
116 was a good game between Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry. Them two shot 31 free throws combined. Jimmy Butler had 18, Steph had 13, and Zach Edey. You're like the tallest man on the court. Why can't you make a shot at the basket?
Yeah, he missed a lot of layups.
There was one point I think I saw Ja was getting annoyed with him. I think he had some words for him and told him go up. You're right there because he gave him a nice pass. And he brings the ball down, and you got these little guards that's just gonna swipe it and take it away. And that happened. It's like, dude, you're 7-2.
Yeah, granted.
Finish at the hoop.
Granted, it's his first year in the league, and I think that's why he's getting passes the way he's getting passes. You know what I mean? Like, because any other person like 7'2", 7, they would have been sat him down, like missing those layups. Man, you ain't.
Man, he should have been sat down.
He should have been sat down
That's
last
what I'm
night.
saying,
No,
though, but
talking about
he's a
all
rookie.
that hacking he was doing, and they wasn't calling it. They was calling the most ridiculous things. And then they pushed the man on the ground. They called foul on Moody.
Yeah, that was
and then
crazy.
there
I
was
saw that one.
There was
That
plays
was-
On the
before.
offense, on the rebound, right?
Yeah.
There was plays before that he should have been fouled
But he
out.
did get hit in the face too on that.
My man, he need to be fouled out.
4 for 11.
He had mad rebounds though.
He did.
He's
He
supposed
better.
to. You get paid for what? He better do something out there.
He have any blocks?
I don't know, but
he didn't.
We don't expect much.
No
of that.
blocks.
No blocks, 5 fouls
Do
though.
you really see him screaming blocks? Look at his. Look at him.
What I'm
Look at
saying.
his. Look at his.
He's
mannerisms.
7'7", bro.
Yeah, but he's not like a 7. He's a 7, man. Like he's a chill. You know what I mean? 7, big 7 footer. He's not aggressive. Like he's not even mean.
He's 7'7".
And I'm just looking at this game. Literally, Steph and Jimmy beat them. Shout out to my guy Quentin Post though, man. Quentin Post rookie, 11 points off the bench, man. 7-footer.
Florida.
BC.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. 7
I like him.
Yeah,
Tough.
he's tough,
Tough
man.
lefty.
7-footer. Got a low post game, can
Nice
shoot
little
it.
jumper.
And he finishes when they give him good passes at the rim. Not like this dude,
But
man.
Jimmy, man, Jimmy's different, bro. He really is, dog.
How about we inbound the
in the
ball, too?
playoffs?
How about we inbound the ball too? Like you're down 3 and you can't inbound the ball.
I mean, it was funny. You heard the commentator, the old coach with who was the Charles Barkley, I think. The
Taylor
old
Jim.
coach would have called timeout. Hence, why are you firing people?
I don't think they had timeouts.
Yeah, they didn't have no.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking about.
Yeah, they didn't use the ball
he should've done
they.
something.
He should have came up with a better play. It's funny you say that because that was the first thing I thought. I said, that's coaching. I was watching it with somebody. I said, yo, that's coaching.
But like, how don't you? He said they got the ball in bounds. That the old coach. But like, how do you just fire these guys at the back end of the season? You might as well just ride it out.
Right.
He was a good coach, too. It's not like he was a bad
Hey
coach.
man,
I
sometimes
had no idea where he came from, and he was getting wins.
That's what
so
I
that
mean.
shows you a good coach, because
Right.
we usually hear about y'all.
right. But the Warriors they advanced. They're gonna take on the Rockets. The Grizzlies they're gonna take on the winner of Dallas and Sacramento. Dallas 39-43. Sacramento 40-42. Like
Who you got?
and what?
That series tonight. That game tonight.
I mean, it don't matter. It's like what Charles Barkley always says. It's like watching 2 ugly girls fight and nobody wins.
I think that Sacramento's going to have to hand Dallas that. If Sacramento loses, they're handing it to them.
Yeah.
I don't care about Anthony Davis coming back. He shouldn't even have came back.
Yeah, he probably still hurt.
He is hurt.
Yeah. So.
Is he ever healed? Because he's always injured. And I hate to say it, but like, he's like a big man with a God's mentality. Sometimes you gotta fight through some of them injuries you deal with, brother. You a big man, like, I'm sorry, like, them little minor injuries. I'm sure a lot of bigs in the past history had little injuries like that, but he's like always injured.
You don't think he's a big man?
He won't be a.
I mean, Calipari had to teach him how to be a big. He's really a guard. He really is a guard.
Yeah,
he really
he played that,
a 4, maybe 3, but he had to play the 5 for like what? How many years now? Now he's back at the 4 where he should be, but it's just he just always injured, playing out of position. Sometimes you gotta just fight through certain things.
It'd be like that. All right, the playoffs. Okay, we got matchups already in here. And all right, we're gonna look at Magic versus Celtics. They start off on Sunday, Easter Sunday, 4:20. Interesting. First game Sunday, then they don't play again until Wednesday. Like, geez Louise, long break.
You said interesting. I didn't think you was talking about that. My bad.
All right, miss something. It went over me.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, the Magic. They have some matchups in here that they could give the Celtics. They could give some Celtics work, but I mean, realistically, this series should be over in 4 games. But the Magic might get 1 game.
Gentlemen,
the Magic problem is they go through these lapses where they can't score. They go like 4 or 5 minutes without scoring.
I was confused for a minute. I was looking at that graphic. Looked like a maze for a second. That was The Shining or something. All right, now I see. I'm like, what is that? All right. Up to the old bracket, man. And put them guys at the bottom or something, like NCAA. Like, what are we doing here? That look ridiculous.
That is kind of crazy.
I don't even know.
You can't even really follow that.
I don't even
got
know.
arrows.
Like, what?
When do you have arrows in the bracket?
They're trying to make it March Madness style too much.
Regular bracket, put them guys at the bottom. Playing teams at the bottom. Like, put them on the outside, play it.
Right. Like NCAA.
Yeah, play it.
It is meant to confuse you.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, we see.
But Orlando, I think one of their biggest problems in this series is when they don't score. They play good defense, but when they go through these 3 minutes lapses without scoring, because these dudes are gonna score. They could only go a couple possessions without scoring. They got like one of the best scoring percentages in the half court offense in the league. So it's like the Magic, they gotta score.
The Magic got to stay healthy too. If one of those guys go down, it's over. Like over. Wagner goes down, Paulo go down, or even Anthony go down. So,
yeah, I don't think they got much chance.
I don't think either.
Not much firepower.
right, they don't got enough.
Not deep enough as a team. They just need 2 more years.
I don't see who in the world is Wendell Carter going to guard.
Nobody.
He's going to be.
They're gonna have to zone a little bit.
You know when you find that one lick on a team's defense, he might be it.
And you know their mentality is like a killer whale, so they're gonna work together to get that one guy.
Yeah, So
It's over.
I mean, I'm expecting it. I'm already anticipating a deep run, but I mean, it's gonna be. They're not gonna quit though. These dudes they play hard. One thing they do, they play defense. So one thing that helps you stay in the game.
They might get one.
They better not quit. They could have gave somebody else that spot. So you gonna bust your ass and get in the playoffs. You might as well play.
The word is Atlanta gave them that spot. That's what people are saying.
You know when you get overwhelmed by the 3-point shot, kind of demoralizes you and that makes you want to be like, yo, we're scoring, but they making threes, and
that's why you gotta try to run them off the line as much as you can, man. Yeah. That's all you can do, bro.
Good luck. Good luck. Probably the most interesting series in the East: the Pistons and the Knicks. And the Pistons, who quite the turnaround. Cade Cunningham. I don't know why they talking about him being the most improved player candidate, because he was putting up numbers last year. It was just the team wasn't good.
Yeah, but not like this.
No, the team just wasn't good. They had a bunch of young guys on there, and they got some veterans around him and stuff like that. They put the right pieces around him.
To me, he was top 5 in the league.
This season, he definitely had a good year.
To me,
He's been playing he played like the number 1 overall pick.
I feel like they expect you to do like this 2 years in a row. So he was playing well last year. He moved the light on him, and now he's shining under it. That's all.
Right, he stepped up.
Yeah.
It's kind of like people that win MVP the year after they should have won it.
Yeah.
Which I think is weird, but whatever.
Right, so you're saying last year he should have got that award, not this year.
Yeah, maybe. You say
Makes
that.
sense.
Yeah. But
Even though I don't really think a guy who was like, I think we did say he should get it, but I don't really think a guy who's like an all-star should really get most improved player. It should be somebody that's right below that.
Or first pick, right?
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Like, 'cause you're figuring it out. You're figuring your game out. You're figuring the team out, the organization out, your role. So I just don't. It's weird just to have your number one pick who's an all-star as most improved. I'm sure you could give it to somebody else.
Right.
And there's some guys. Oh, what about what's his name? The dude from. I can't even think. I was hoping y'all was gonna give me.
The dude from Houston?
Who?
Austin Thompson, one of them Thompson twins.
Oh, one of the Thompsons. I like
You
them.
could use them. You could use I'm trying to think. What's the shooter name? The one that was guarding with Giannis. I heard he's been playing well.
Oh, Porter?
No,
Porter
he
Jr.?
be dating. He was dating.
Malik Beasley.
Yeah. So I said dating. I heard he's been playing well this year.
Yeah, he could be your most improved.
So there's
Yeah.
always somebody I feel like right below. You know what I mean? All-star that could get it.
Yeah. This series depends on Knicks. The Knicks are gonna be healthy enough to last for the whole series because they start off the series well the first couple games and like players start falling. This happened last year in Detroit. Well, they play defense and they got a dude that's not scared to fight.
They got a good coach.
When you got a crazy guy
You
that
talking
wants,
about my man Stewie?
yeah, he's not,
Stewie.
he not scared to
He
fight.
gotta slow it down though.
Yeah, you know.
Stewie ain't no joke.
He won't end up in Shanghai.
But in the playoffs, they might let you get away with a little bit of that. You know, that extra stuff. They might let you get away with it. So
Yeah, but he's extra.
But he's like the only one in the league that does it though. Like even Draymond kind of relaxed. He's like the only one that be OD like almost about to, when he gets into it, he gets into it. So
what
it's
about
like,
them folks from Rochester? I guess.
But you don't want them to make an example out of him, though, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Granted, I'm all about it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I like
but
it.
like, you know how this world is now.
Yeah.
They see one guy as a threat, they're gonna just remove him out the way and put somebody else in there.
Yeah, and the Knicks with all the moves they made, we'll see it because if they end up losing in the first round, then this year it'll just be like
Thibodeau's gone.
Thibodeau's gone. You're just gonna look at all them players a little sideways, like what happened.
Thibodeau. It ain't gonna be the players.
It's gonna be
they spend
Thibodeau.
too much money.
Yeah, but you still got to look at the players. Like, all right, we've got a couple years of this now, because that city they'll start turning on you.
And then you know what they gotta do after they do that, right? They gotta walk out the arena and look at it and realize where they're playing. And just deal.
I know, right?
It is not Boston Garden, my friend. It's Madison Square Garden.
All right, and then,
It's like attached to the subway. It's crazy.
all right.
I don't know why people think the Knicks is supposed to be good. When is history shown, other than Willis Reed coming out after being injured, that Knicks supposed to be good? I'll wait. Crickets.
They just be
Crickets.
side. They just be
Crickets.
they just be getting their fan base's hopes up. They put a good team out there. Their fan base just goes crazy because
I mean, the Knicks are entertaining just like the state of New York.
The Nets had a better chance of winning the championships more than the Knicks ever have since they won the last one.
That's crazy. Which one? Brooklyn?
Yeah, the Brooklyn joint.
And that's even crazier.
And
New Jersey went
in
twice.
New Jersey.
But I just rather just y'all say Brooklyn because they ain't been around that long.
Yeah, that's what I mean. New York teams, the Nets,
Like-
they had a better chance. Kyrie and them.
That's
Crazy.
Other.
Is Oakley back? Is Oakley back allowed in there?
I think so.
He better be because that's the only way you're gonna get that culture back in there.
Yeah, you're right. All right, Bucks Pacers. This is the other matchup. This might be a 7-game series. I think this might be the Bucks actually they started
to play better.
Yeah, last part of the season they started playing well. Well, Giannis been going crazy.
Is Dame still out?
Yeah, he's done.
Oh, they're not.
Them blood clots.
Yeah, that's something
they're
you
not.
don't just-
Yeah, they're gonna be very take all the precaution they can with him. Save him from himself.
Ain't
But
no
the way Giannis been playing to close out the season, man. It's just those other pieces. He's going to get his 30, but those other guys, the shooters, Bobby Portis is coming back, I think.
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah, I think he was suspended for
25.
For 25 games. I think he punched somebody.
Oh, high
No.
beams.
No.
Oh, the drugs.
Tested.
What's he on? He got them high beam eyes.
He tested for performance enhancement.
Yeah.
My man on roids.
Yeah, he said it was like some kind of medication he was taking.
Probably steroid in the medication itself. It happens.
Yeah, these medications be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you gotta read all that. Read all that.
But he's back. I like Kevin Porter Jr.
Yeah, he's been a good pickup for them.
Man,
he's been a good
tough.
pickup for them.
He's good.
Kyle Kuzma has not been a good pickup for them.
He started off good.
He started off good, and he always does that.
Reverted back to being cool.
Yeah.
cool.
You don't think it was Doc that kind of knocked him back in?
I could see that too. We forget about that man on the bench.
No, it wasn't Doc.
And I'll be honest, I believe Mook, because Mook does not speak highly of that man. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
It wasn't
Any
Doc.
chance he gets.
That's what I'm saying, because Doc can kind of hold dudes back.
Yeah, no. It's just Kuzma is what he is. He might maybe once every 4 games he'll give you a really, really good game, but then you're gonna get 8 games in a row of him just being sorry. So the Pacers, I don't know what to make of them. They've been an interesting team this year. Started off slow, went on a winning streak, lost again. Then they've been up and down.
Injuries. I don't think they've had a solid squad all year, really. They've been, Halliburton missed games, Mathurin missed games, Turner missed games, Siakam missed games. They all,
I ain't got no stock in them.
Yeah, and my biggest issue with them is they can't get stops when they need to.
Yeah.
That's always been there. They could score. They can definitely score, but when they need to get stops, they literally don't have zero interest in playing defense. And that was the same story last year.
Yeah, they leave it off for Miles Turner.
Yeah, and
I just don't like watching the Pacers this year. There's something about them just don't interest me.
You know what it is, T? I think they need to get rid of Carlisle.
maybe that.
Could help.
I don't like that.
I just think it's just the Pacers and their team makeup personally. It just doesn't do it for me.
I don't like watching Halliburton.
Nah, you don't like Holly?
I don't know. There's something about his game that I just don't like.
And I love watching Dodds, so touche.
Yeah, there's just something about. I just can't. When you just can't quite pinpoint what it is about a player's game that you don't like.
Dog?
But
He's
it's
shot.
not even a shot. It's just the way he plays.
I think he's
everything's
smart. I think he's a smart player, bro. I don't know.
He is, and he also
He makes good decisions.
Yeah, but he also disappears a lot too. He'll disappear for last year against the Knicks, he disappeared for the 2-3 games, and then he had that good game 7. He's one of those.
Right, his
type of
mentality's
guys.
on. If he had a Rusty mentality, he'd be dirty. But he don't have.
I'm still trying to figure out what the extra letters before my last name are. I'm still trying to figure what a Halliburton is.
Yeah, we gonna go to the Western Conference.
Still trying to figure it out.
The Rockets, number 2 seed, they're gonna take on the Warriors. Ime, Coach of the Year.
I think so.
What do you?
Who else? Or maybe the dude from Cleveland.
Oh, what about the guy from the Pistons?
Oh yeah.
Is it Monty?
Burton.
Is it Monty? No,
No,
that's not Monty
Staff.
Williams. Bickerstaff.
We was hoping it was Monty Williams. The way they be doing him.
He was there last year. My bad. He was
Bickerstaff.
Yeah, all right. JB Bickerstaff.
Junior.
Yeah. There's a couple
Either
candidates.
him or
Yeah, but I like Houston in this series because once again, Houston got 3 people that don't give a damn on their team. The head coach, Dylan Brooks, and Austin Thompson, man. That dude is tough.
and Sangooney. Gooney's a goon. Y'all don't know. He don't
And they play Houston's get down is we're playing. We're gonna play physical defense.
Yeah, they don't
we're,
care.
We're gonna play physical
It's even.
defense, but they gotta be smart because you're going against a veteran team.
Yeah,
Against this one.
that's going to be a good series, man.
Yeah.
That's going 7 if you ask me.
I think so too.
My mindset with defensive teams is it doesn't matter how much you score as long as they don't.
Right.
They both play defense too, though. Golden State play defense, bro.
They do. But Houston is just their whole get up is
Yeah, they play physical.
Play physical, and they're like, we're not scared.
Yeah.
They don't play scared. And so, and the last time they played the Warriors, it was they was getting in them dudes' head. Like,
Oh yeah,
fight.
yeah. Steph had what, 3
Fight.
points?
Plus, aren't they the youngest team in the playoffs?
Yeah.
So you
Either them
kinda-
or OKC.
So you kind of have to, you know what I mean, come into the game with that mindset.
Yeah. I mean,
That's gonna be a good.
there's
series.
dudes on that team that should be getting minutes that don't get minutes because they don't play defense. Like they was talking about it, like they said Reed Shepard, like practice, he's good and all that, but
He's
defense.
He was playing in the G League.
Yeah, and they were saying the only reason is like his defense. So I'm like, hey man,
And defense is a pride thing.
Golden State. I mean, Houston's the underdog,
But you don't need to be skilled at all to play defense.
and they ranked number 2.
yeah.
So that tells you a lot about this series, bro.
Well, I mean, Golden State, they was like in the top 3 or top 6 before they lost. They lost the game against San Antonio. Yeah. It was like 5th. They lost the game against San Antonio on a buzzer beater. Then they lost to the Clippers on Sunday, which dropped them. Yeah, so they didn't close out the season properly. So, but hey, you got a veteran team and all that. So this gonna be an
That's
interesting
my
series.
favorite series of the first round.
This is gonna be another good one. Nuggets and Clippers. Clippers been like the sleeper team.
Yeah, you're right.
They've been sleeping. I've been sleeping on them because I really ain't been paying attention because
That's gonna be a real.
some of the
good
guys
That's
been
another
hurt
one that might
most
go
of the season.
7.
So I didn't know when they all came back, but they've been.
And I also think because the Clippers have been, I want to say, expected to do so well the past few years that we didn't really know what to expect out of the Clippers this year, especially when Kawhi was up and down.
Right.
And Harden being Harden, but we just didn't know. And there was less spotlight on him.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? Now that George left, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He took some of that spotlight over there to Philly
Yeah,
and dimmed it.
they said what the Clippers did.
Dimmed it. That's an understatement. They terminated and cut the lights off over there, bro.
They said, yeah, that's funny. They said what the Clippers did. One of the main things they did was they got rid of like all the guys that weren't like buying into like, the roles that they were asking them for, and now you got Chris Dunn. He's not gonna make all defense, but he been
played well.
He
He
killing
found
it.
his role.
Yeah, I mean Zubac. I think he might make an All NBA team. That dude played 80
Yo,
games.
Zuby?
Question: do they pay you to do what you want,
That's what some of these dudes be thinking.
or to do your job, or what they ask of you, which is your role?
Right.
Like, I'm confused.
So like T-Man, they talking about T-Man? Getting him out of there?
No, not. I don't know if it was Team In, but there was some dudes that they had to get rid of. So,
I'm just wondering, like, y'all know how a team works. You've been on a team since grade school.
right.
So, like, come on now.
Right. And Kawhi's healthy.
That's a matchup problem for Denver.
Yeah. Plus Denver, the way the end of the season is gone. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised they lost this series. Just
Yeah, that's
the
what
way
I'm
everything's
saying.
gone for them this year. Jamal Murray can't stay healthy.
actually
Hasn't been playing well.
Who's home? Denver?
I think the Clippers are.
I was trying to see the seed in there, but I'm looking away.
I think the Clippers might be.
Yeah, the Clippers are. You can see that
Clippers
Denver's
are,
on top.
The Clippers
Yeah.
are the higher. Yeah, Denver's the higher seed.
Denver's the
They
highest.
have the same record, but Denver's the higher
So
seed.
Denver's home.
Yeah, so Denver got home court.
It's going 7.
Going 7.
Yeah, it's going 7.
I can see that.
Yeah, I can see that too.
And I can see LA winning that game 7, and I'm in Denver.
Yeah, it'd be hilarious if the Clippers went on a finals run, and then the T-Wolves and the Lakers, which,
That's not a given.
it's not a given. It's going to be entertaining for sure. But do the T-Wolves have enough to stop LeBron and Luka?
I mean, last year they did. This year, I don't know. They're talking about the absent of Cat, how that really was a hole all season, and how some people being exposed. They've been attacking Rudy all year. Every center's made a point to say, like, yeah, was your backup now? So, We just gotta see him. And Luka, he's coming into his own. So I think this first round, you gotta see what Luka's really, how comfortable he's really feeling. Especially when you see people saying that he closed the final chapter in his Dallas career. So it's like now we're just seeing a free Luka from what we've been hearing.
Yeah, Luka, playoff Luka too. Luka in the playoffs, he got that gear. He's one of those guys. He got that gear. He just turns it on in the playoffs. So
It's gonna take somebody else from the Lakers. It's gonna be one more
Austin
guy.
Reeves?
Austin's
that
gonna
third
have
option.
to be big. If Austin plays well, they're gonna win. But if he doesn't, because Minnesota's too deep.
Yeah,
They're
but
more
who's
deep than the Lakers.
But who's going to be that guy in Minnesota that's going to help them steal a road game?
McDaniel.
McDaniels?
I like McDaniels a lot. I like McDaniels personally.
That's the X
I like
factor.
McDaniels.
Because he can give you 20-something. He's going to give you 5, 7, 8 rebounds.
Right.
I just want
wanna
to play
see-
defense.
I just wonder how he plays when he's actually the vocal point of like the scouting report.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he gets buckets when he's not, but when you actually got to focus on him, how effective
Right.
will he be there?
Right. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, because there's a lot of tension on Ant and Randall. So yeah, you're right about that. That's interesting.
I think Julius Randle, too, he got to have a big series, too, because it's kind of like...
I noticed nobody even mentioned him, right?
Right,
As soon as he mentioned him.
I'm laughing because
So I bet you.
when I heard the story about why him and Ant got into it in practice and Ant said you hoop like you wearing jeans, I'll never forget that because that's how he moves and it's like, yeah, bro, that was a perfect analogy, bro. Perfect.
Yo, I'm sorry. Yo, Ed said that. Yo, Ed, that was
So,
perfect.
But I think he just I think for Julius Randle, he needs to have like a really good series just so he could change like the narratives that's been going around about him the last couple of years. You want to change that, and it's kind of like he hasn't been helping himself too the last couple of years with some of the way he's been playing, not being available. So if you can have a really good series, him and Ant-Man can lead the team. Just change the narrative about and the perception that people have of you, because right now it's not a really good one.
Yeah, they're gonna need Nas Reed too.
Yeah, they're gonna need a lot because LeBron and Luka is.
Yeah, I think.
It's a lot of offense to.
I'm gonna go with the Lakers on
That's a
this.
lot of offense right there.
Especially when it's the first time like LeBron's like B. He's legit B. He's catching stuff. He's catching stuff off the miss, catching stuff in the post. Simple.
Yeah.
The game is so much simpler for him now, but he don't got to sit there and control everything.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
He's never seen that, LeBron.
Yeah, I know. I gotta go with the Lakers on this one.
Like, that's kind of wild.
I gotta go with the Lakers until maybe the Western Conference Final.
Hey,
I'm being
man.
honest.
Hey. Well, you sound like all the delusional Laker fans. So.
Nah, I'm not even a Laker fan.
I know,
don't even
but
mess with them like that. But,
that's how the Lakers fans been for the
but you
last
gotta
10
look
months.
at the experience, man. They got LeBron James and Luka Doncic on the same team in the playoffs, bro.
Yeah.
That's just a tough series. That's just a tough series.
That's
Man.
crazy. No matter who you play, I don't care who you play. That's gonna be all
We
that
shall see.
knowledge, all that talent.
So OKC's the favorite going into this postseason to win it all. 68-14. They finished the regular season, highest like point differential in league history. Historically, like stats wise, they're like the most dominant team in NBA history.
All
But
right, we'll see.
Can they make like a lot of people have questions about them like making the shots in the postseason, making the plays in the postseason. So
That 73-9 team, they lost, right? They didn't win it.
yeah. Hey man, last year's NBA champ won 68 games last regular season. So can it be a repeat? We'll never know. We'll see. But
Yeah, we just gotta wait and see.
Yeah, we'll wait and see.
I don't have much to say about OKC.
me either.
If they play Memphis, I think they're in trouble.
If Memphis is healthy, you see Jaws out there.
Oh yeah, that
Ankle all messed up. That thing ain't gonna be right for a while.
And the reason why I say that is because of the pace that they play at.
Yeah.
Memphis plays at a pace that could keep up with OKC.
Well, if that tall man could not, make the shots at the rim, give him a better chance. Well, Jesus Louise. I don't want to go in on Zach Edey, but
Nah, you're right though.
we expecting
big for all that.
we over here. We expecting another parade over here. So that's all we care about.
I mean, think about it. We're just waiting to see who's gonna limp out the Western Conference.
Oh yeah, we know we got a trip.
They got a battle in the Western Conference.
This is
Couple limps out there. Let's duke it out.
We'll see you. Right, we'll see you.
Yeah. All right. We got +1. We got my man, my young guy, Bryce Hill. So Bryce is 9. He won the national high jump. So
Oh, word?
Yeah.
He from out
first
here?
place. Yeah.
He ain't that tall either.
Yeah, little
I
man.
was expecting Bryson to come in here. And I walked by and I looked down like, oh, I was expecting other Bryce.
Yeah. He thought he was gonna see tall black Bryce.
He said a champ, national champ, and I was like, yeah, Bryce they won the
Bryce,
champ,
they
right?
won it. Yeah, he won the
And then I looked down like, oh, that's not Bryce.
Yeah, he was expecting to see tall black Bryce. He saw
Yeah, man.
short white Bryce.
Young nephew.
Word, yeah, congratulations, man.
Nah, definitely.
Yo, that's
We talked to him and
That's dope.
his coach Garcia Dalzon. So check
national
this out.
champ, high jump.
Hello, welcome to another edition of Athletes Corner, and today we're joined by his second time around here. We got Bryce Hill in here, and then we got Garcia Dalzon in here. It's a different. Usually they're here to talk about football, but today we're talking track and field because we got medals here, we got first place trophies here. Got a lot of stuff, man. What's going on, Garcia?
Man, everything's going well. How you doing, man?
Hey, I mean, I'm just trying to get my life together.
Okay. Aren't we all? Yes.
Man, so USA Track and Field.
Yes.
This is the youth division, right?
Yes, correct.
All right. So I mean, first of all, tell me how you got involved with it.
So, to be honest with you, about 2 years ago, I would say 3 years ago, actually, I started off. I used to coach over when I was working at East Boston High School. I was an indoor track and field coach over there for 5 years. So I coached indoor and also a little bit of outdoor, but indoor was my main specialty. We're pretty successful in the city. 5-time city championship back to back. One of those years I was fortunate enough to get Division II Coach of the Year, look me up. So I definitely, love the sport, love what it could bring to athletes. I definitely had a period of time where I was missing the sport after I finished coaching. And then, once I got involved in football, I have Juju, my son, who was into running. So we kind of started off with him and Trey. I kind of started off having them do track meets. Big up to Coach Grizz. He kind of put the battery in my back to kind of get it started. So after we did that, the following year became bigger. Bryce came aboard, had about 4 or 5 of the kids from Lynn Rams, and we just started the program. And I think we've been doing well. We're trying to grow the program. Right. Track and field is not a big sport in the area, so we're trying to change that. And it just goes hand in hand with football. With a lot of our youth in Lynn, a lot of them are into football and they want to be better athletes, better football players, score touchdowns, get tackles, things of that nature. And I feel like track is a way to help them do that. So we're really looking to grow the sport in the area, kind of make it known. Boston is pretty big, Providence, those areas, but I think in our area, North Shore, it's not really, we don't really hear about track and field, so we're trying to change that moving forward.
How many groups or how many kids do you have right now? How many do you have pertaining to when you started?
Yeah, so when I started, it was a group of 5, with Bryce being one of them. And then I think now, this past indoor season, I kind of took it a little bit more serious. Was able to get a facility, Lynn Tech, was fortunate to let us run over there and had about 10 kids. And looking forward to this spring, trying to get a lot more kids to join.
Okay.
Yeah,
man, Bryce.
Yes.
You're back, man. You're doing all the great things in football. Now you're doing great things in track. The first place trophy. This is the important one. First place national youth indoor track and field. First, how was it getting in first place, and how was that meet in general?
In general, it was really fun competing against other kids from all over the country.
Right.
Absolutely.
How many matches did you have to go through to get to the national championship? Yeah.
About a lot.
Yeah. And I think the biggest thing for people to understand, like, this is a national national competition. So you have people from all across 50 states that are competing to get on the podium. So for him, you know, and he's a hard worker. So a lot of people see the success that he has on the field, on the track, but they don't know the work that he's putting in. You know, going in on Saturdays to get extra work in during the week. You know, he wants to be great, and you can see it, and he puts in the work.
Right.
So he deserves all the success that he's getting because he really does put in that work. And when you see it, it shows with you know, accomplishments that he has.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, this is a big thing.
Yeah.
For you, Bryce, what made you get involved with track, or what made you decide that you want to start doing track?
I don't know.
Was
I don't know.
Was it one of those like, I'm gonna try it out and see if I like it? All right, and then when you did like it, you know, what was kind of like the goals that you set for yourself when you realized you liked the sport?
To get more personal records
Personal excellent on PRs.
and get faster.
Yeah, definitely. How many, for you, if you can remember, like how many competitions have you been in, or how many different places have you gone to since you've started running track and field? And
A lot, right? A lot.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, we've been
That's a
to
lot.
New York, been to Rhode Island. We've been, you know,
Jersey.
New Jersey. That was a good meet last year. AAU Junior Olympics in Jersey, did well over there.
Yeah.
It's been great in terms of getting the kids exposure to running against kids from not only across the country, but to get them just to compete at that level.
Right.
You know, because it's a stage. You know, there's a lot of people there. You know, even though it's not big in our area, you know, the parents will tell you, like, when you go out there, it's a big deal. A lot of people come out, you know, check it out.
All right, we are back. There's more playoff action. As you can see, this is all the hockey y'all gonna get from us.
yeah.
You know, NHL playoffs is kicking off. Bands and make a dance. Bands and make a dance.
I don't see a B over there anywhere.
Of course not. Bruins was, you know, there was
Basura this year.
Basuda, huh? They must have been. I don't
very up and down. Very.
Were they
very
close
up
to
and
making
down.
They traded their best player.
The Bruins.
Also.
The Bruins finished with a 33-39
Yeah,
record.
they traded their best player. Got rid of him.
All right, so I'm going with the Capitals. Ovi. What did you say, Ovi? Yeah, I'm going with Ovi. If that's the case,
Did
ain't
you
no
see it?
B.
That's his joint.
Oh,
That's
yeah?
96 at every game. Hey, what's his total now?
He got to be at 900 or something. I don't know.
Nah,
No,
it was like 850 something, I think.
Yeah,
I'm going to rock with him.
he
one of the
going,
best.
He's going up. Some of the match, Carolina at Montreal. Those are the games tonight, Wednesday. Carolina at Montreal, Anaheim at Winnipeg, Detroit at New Jersey, Dallas, Nashville, Vegas, and at Vancouver, Edmonton at San Jose, and then tomorrow, Philadelphia at Buffalo, Detroit at Toronto, Carolina at Ottawa, Tampa at New York, Washington at Pittsburgh, New York at Columbus, Calgary, and Los Angeles. Is Sidney Crosby still on Pittsburgh?
I think so.
I'll be honest, I ain't heard about Sydney in a minute.
Yeah, since
I
he's
heard-
still on there. He's still
Nah, but I heard him in that game that they had. You know, the series that we was talking about a couple weeks ago, he was playing in that.
What's he doing? Is he breaking records?
Nah,
But they were comparing him and Ovi.
Let me look at him this
They
season.
were trying to say he was going to be like Wayne Gretzky.
He was 29th in goal, 15th in assists, 12th in points.
I mean, he's solid.
top
Yeah,
15
solid.
in the
For-
league.
He like
That's
Joe
not-
Johnson.
For his age, you know, veteran. That's
He said he's
Like
Big Shot Joe.
He all-star. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Can hit the big one if he need it.
I just remember they were comparing him to the great one.
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
like, man, Ovechkin's it. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, Ovi.
but they're two different players though.
Two different.
Crosby's more set her up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's his.
Ovi's
Yeah,
getting
to the
a
cup.
bucket.
Yeah, to the
Or
cup.
getting a bucket.
Turn
the
up
cup.
my high.
Bucket.
Yeah.
He's doing whatever it takes. With that. Yeah, I'm going with the Capitals.
You going with the
Ain't no B's there. I'm going with the Capitals.
Yeah. I don't know much about any team, so I'm going with the Capitals just strictly off the band to make a dance. Band to make a dance.
Yeah, if y'all don't understand, that's one of my favorite Juicy J songs.
That is just hilarious.
Yeah.
I think the whole thing came off as like some type of joke or something.
Yeah, it was. It was he was wearing the headband. His teammates was wearing the little band, and he started saying bands make her dance. And then every game they just do it now.
Hey man,
I like it.
Well,
I like it.
Then Juicy J was at the at the locker room.
Oh, so
Yeah, the last game or two.
they collab too. Oh yeah,
That's
it's done
dope.
now.
yeah, it's a wrap. So next thing you know, they have to win it now. They're gonna be at the strip club.
With the cup.
With the cup.
With the
strip
cup.
club.
Oh my
strip
God.
Making it rain. Put the money in the cup, please.
I would pay anything to get in that building if they brought the Stanley Cup into a club. I'm telling you.
Man,
Set it to a loose. Keep playing.
That thing stand about this high, mini
And
pole.
it's a cup for real, so you can pour some stuff in it.
right.
Before you wash it out
Some
first.
folks be pouring all that liquor in that.
I wonder do people actually drink out the cup?
Probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah. WNBA draft happened the other day. Paige Buckets, #1 overall, heading to Dallas. Congratulations to her. Dominique Malonga. I think she's from Congo.
I know she's African though.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it says France here, but you know the French they only.
She's African because her dress was created by her aunt.
They be stealing us.
I know how your cousin be doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I guess they individually picked the stones and all that to, represent her heritage. So it's straight Africa. Ain't no France over there.
She ain't
Yeah, they
from-
be stealing us.
I mean,
Oh, my hoodie.
you know the French
America.
the French only likes to claim their minority population when
It's
time.
convenient.
Yeah. AKA when it's the Olympics
when
and
it's gold
FIBA. Yeah, pretty much.
Gold involved, right? Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, somebody tweeted out. I forgot which WNBA player tweeted out. Was like saying, praying to God, she won't be the first WNBA player to get dunked on because Dominique she be throwing it down. Yeah. Oh, you never saw the video?
No, you're getting them. Oh, yeah, you're right. I was thinking about the other girl from USC because she's African. She's African, and but yeah, you're right though. Homegirl from France, she's definitely African too.
No.
Hey, Pete, throwing that up. Pete, thank you.
Spin move, flush.
Yeah.
She don't hang on the rim. She just boom, throw it in there like.
No South Carolina.
Man.
Huh? None in the first round?
None, man. No.
What about Pow Pow? She didn't get drafted? No. She graduated.
She did. She did in the second round.
Wow.
Yeah. The girl from Harvard, I forget her name. She got drafted. The point guard from Harvard.
That's how you know the game is like really expanding.
Yeah, I forget which round the girl from Harvard got drafted.
I was looking up these girls now.
Yeah.
For real.
Pow Pow, nice though.
Yeah.
Oh, she got Harmony Turner. She got drafted in the third round.
How many rounds are there?
There's three. Yeah.
There's only used to be 2 before, right?
I believe so, but
Yeah,
but the first round's the one that matters, and
they need more teams, man. They need
yeah,
Boston. I'm
Haley,
telling you, listen.
they're gonna get one.
This team,
They
bro.
actually, I think they're in a bid for.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm nervous, man.
If we get a women's team,
I'll tell you what, if we get a women's team, we gotta be careful. We pretty progressive in this area. So, sorry, man. I would love to see it, but I feel like some people are gonna try to push something that we don't need to be involved in WNBA. I want no Jamal Mans out there.
right, I get what you're saying.
Haley Van Lith, what number?
Yeah, 'cause we already have it going on.
I don't know what we got going on. I'm just saying,
We got it.
Gotta be careful out here, man.
All right, Malaysia Fowali, she transferred. She entered the transfer portal. I mean, maybe.
How long is she come off the bench?
Right, I think that was the thing. And
what?
coming off the bench for players she's better than. So,
Why was Staley doing that though?
I have no idea.
You build a rapport with your players, relationships. They probably do produce, but she's just naturally better than them. And probably the time they produce as much as she does with the time she gets, but y'all don't realize she's coming off the bench. Man, she should be starting though. She's a killer.
Yes.
I'm not mad at her for leaving.
Yeah.
Don should have told her to leave.
Know where she gonna go?
No idea.
LSU, watch.
Transfer portal's wide open.
LSU, UConn.
She gonna go to LSU just to
USC. North
USC.
Carolina.
Yeah, North Carolina.
Did y'all see this story about the University of Tennessee quarterback
Yeah,
entering the transfer portal? So he wanted more money, and the school was like, "Nah."
Yeah,
so he
NIL.
answered.
Yeah, they let
he
him
stopped. He stopped answering their calls. He basically no-showed, and it's kind of like you're getting some bad advice because it's like. First of all, sometimes you get like with the way these NILs are, you're also getting paid for what you do on the field too. And I don't know if he remembered the last time we saw him on the field against Ohio State. And looked really good in that playoff. I wouldn't give him that extra money either if I was in school. Like, bruh.
Now, question. Now that people are getting paid, now they're employees of these institutions or colleges and stuff. When you transfer, do they call about references now?
Good question.
That's a good question.
Because you act like that, you're not doing yourself a favor to get a good reference from the people that's going to
Right.
help you get your next opportunity. And Tennessee's been rocking with this boy since he was like in middle school.
Right.
He's been signed to Tennessee since I think 8th grade freshman year. Like he's been like under their
He's a
radar.
Hawaiian kid, right?
Yeah. You probably heard about him years ago.
yeah, I know about
so
him.
it's like for you to just stop answering everything and going about certain things a certain way.
Yeah.
Have this tough conversation with your coaches and just move on.
Yeah, and you want more money, but it's kind of like, all right, but
It's crazy.
But people gotta realize, oh my bad, go ahead.
No, it's crazy. They talking about more money in college. I want more money.
Well, because a lot of these kids, feel like this is where they're gonna,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
They're trying to maximize it.
Yeah, they gotta max out. Because a lot of guys, after that, there's so many Division I football players that don't see the NFL. So they try to cash out as much as they can, especially if you have the opportunity
Man, I
to
wish
do
we
so
had
now.
that.
But you gotta be smart though and give better advice too. Whoever was advising him was.
Because they don't realize, you might be an athlete forever, but at some point, you're gonna have to get a job unless you have your own businesses. And even when you have your own businesses, you want to be a good businessman and conduct your stuff the right way.
Yeah.
So even when you get a job, you still want to leave things the right way. So when people do call and ask about you, there's not a positive thing.
Yeah, the whole story was wild, but hey, man, it's the landscape of college sports. But yeah, man, get some good people, get some people that give you some good advice, because this was not good advice at all.
I think he's just being greedy, bro. Being greedy, T. I mean, what was he getting as a college quarterback?
I think he was getting $2 million.
$2 million.
He wanted $4 million.
He's from California.
Dog, there's backup quarterbacks that ain't getting in the league that ain't getting $2 million.
He's from California. They look at things a little differently than we do. $2 million out here is a little different than $2 million in California. Unfortunately,
True. It's true stuff, but still.
I totally understand. My mindset for you to even have the balls to be saying certain things is like
Like you said, he ain't doing himself no favors.
you get the opportunity and be appreciative of that, but just handle yourself like a professional.
Right.
$2 million.
Handle yourself like a pro.
Yeah.
I bet you he don't get no more than that.
Don't want to be, but you can't be treated like a pro and you act like a high school kid or like, a young adult. You got to hold yourself to the same standard they're paying you for.
I'm willing to bet he don't get more than that.
I mean, they probably after seeing the situation, they probably like.
How much he get last year? $1 million?
Now,
So he's already a millionaire.
Now, question though, what happens if he goes JUCO? He still has the eligibility, right?
Probably,
That's crazy.
most likely.
I was him. You already got money, so like you got to shut up. You got to make the best decision for your next school. Because they say nowadays don't even go to your next college because you got to produce, do stuff right away. Your clock is ticked. You can go JUCO for a year or two and still have eligibility.
Listen. Before we move on, I'm just gonna tell y'all that the last time he was on the field, 14 for 31, 104 yards, no touchdowns.
You said 104.
104 yards.
Ohio State.
104, no touchdowns,
Ohio State.
no interceptions. Well, if you want that $4 million, you got to perform against teams like Ohio State.
He wasn't worth
He
it.
didn't even score.
He wasn't. He didn't
get a rushing touchdown.
He didn't earn
He
it.
had 2 rushing touchdowns, but
And he's a little dude too, isn't he?
yeah.
He's skinny, but he's tall.
Oh, he's tall.
Yeah, he's tall.
2 rushing touchdowns. The second one came, the game was already over. So. before we get into the boxing, lastly, y'all see this other crazy story. The LSU wide receiver Kyron Lacy, he was getting ready for the draft and took his own life on I think it was Saturday. I think something happened. He was in a high-speed chase. So the story was like he was in an incident where he just let off he was in a dispute or something at home or something like that. They say he fired off a shot. Then he got in a high-speed chase with the police and then ended up just shooting himself.
I think that might have been. I can't speak on this man, you know. God
It
rest his
sounds
soul,
like
but I'm just
shit.
thinking I'm thinking that he didn't realize the severity of his decisions until he was in the car on that chase, and he realized once his car stops, there's no NFL, because he probably made his case even worse with the high-speed chase. I'm thinking, you know what I mean. So you got to do some time regardless, and That's just.
What was the original crime?
So the story was, they said it was just he discharged a firearm in the ground after a verbal argument
Where was he?
with a female.
He was in Louisiana?
He was in Texas. He was in Houston.
You in Texas?
I know.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
Yeah,
You
man.
all right?
Yeah, and then so the story goes when the police arrived to the scene, they said he already had left the scene.
Oh my God. So
And then they were in pursuit of him, and
Why?
he crashed the car. And then when the officers were approaching the vehicle, he shot himself.
I feel like that's a mental health. Like he had something going on.
Yeah.
up there that was deeper
Right,
than that.
right.
And I just feel like
what
maybe
position did he play?
He was a wide receiver.
and the anxiety of having to deal with the consequences after making it worse. I wish nobody would ever do that to
Well,
themselves.
God bless
especially.
Yeah.
God bless his family, and,
Right.
and I pray for y'all.
Damn.
Like so, yeah. This definitely just sounds
Sincerely.
like a he just had like one of those mental health.
breakdown.
Yeah,
Wish
mental health.
somebody was there with him to talk him out of it, man. That's unfortunate. Man. He still could have had a chance.
Yeah.
To, you know what I mean, to be something in life. Now it's like.
Right. Yeah,
another
especially for just discharging. I mean, granted, you're not supposed to.
I mean,
But
you can carry. Granted, they might give you, you know what I mean, a ticket but you're not gonna do nothing. You're not gonna get no crazy time for that.
Unless he fired it at her, maybe type of thing towards her
That's
way.
what
Maybe they was in an argument and he fired it.
say he fired it to the ground.
Yeah, but you know how. Come on.
Yeah, it's just
They might
yeah.
say we got an
Look at
argument,
him.
and,
Yeah,
and,
look
and
at
he
him.
shot the gun.
Look
and
at
it's like,
him.
how?
I would like to see his girlfriend too.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, man.
To really know what's going on.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Sad story. We got boxing, folks. We got
Yes,
boxing.
sir. Yes,
You know, this is what y'all be here
sir.
for.
This is what I'm here
A
for.
lot of fights coming up. We had one over the weekend. Pedro, take us away.
What we got, P?
Boots Innes actually fought this guy that he was.
Stanley Onis. Stanley Onis.
Yes, but he wasn't really a well-known type of fighter. But here's the highlights.
Yeah, he was undefeated. Stanley Onis was undefeated as well as Boots. I think it was just a style. He was tailor-made for Boots, man. Stanley Onis needs guys that stand in front of him to really do damage. Boots ain't gonna stand in front of you. Boots is gonna move around you, use angles, hit you in the body early, come up top, bottom, everything. Use the ring. He did everything. And the thing about Boots is it takes a good fighter to bring the best out of him. And we've seen this right here. He felt good. Look how happy he is right there because he felt like he earned the title this time. The IBF was kind of given to him. He woke up in the morning and he had the title. This fight, he actually earned it. He beat somebody for a belt. So now he got the Ring Magazine, IBF, and WBA.
I'm happy for him, man.
But yo, still, yeah, I'm happy for him too. But I want to see you fight my boy Sheedy. That's what I want to see. Because y'all was supposed to fight a couple times ago. And Speedy's not afraid of you, dog. And I think that'd be a better fight than any other fight because Speedy can move and he'll be able to hit Boots. This guy was hitting Boots. Stanley Onis was hitting Boots.
I mean, whenever I see Boots fight, he's not the best defensive fighter. He
It's
just
Styles.
But remember the last two fights too? He didn't look as good.
Yo,
Innes.
I'm telling you right now, Speedy will make him look average.
Well, they're gonna have to get that happen. Make that happen. They're gonna have to make that happen.
That's what I want to see. I'm waiting for that one.
yeah, I could.
I want to see the Ellis fight, obviously, against Innes. And also, Brian Norman, right?
Yeah, or Norman.
Or who has the other belt?
Norman and Mario Barrios, but
Right.
Barrios is kind of like caught up with some Manny Pacquiao talk, Errol Spence talk.
Come on, man.
Yeah, Errol Spence, all that.
See, this is what I don't like about boxing, man. Like I said, the great Manny Pacquiao, which we all love, 8-time champion, known all around the world. But come on, man, you're 46 years old.
Yeah, give it up. Fight exhibitions like Floyd. Fight Floyd again.
But he's not that entertaining.
Who, Manny?
Yeah.
Oh, Floyd.
No, Manny.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to hear Manny talk.
Nah, he doesn't talk. He lets his fists do the talking. Yeah.
Sorry, Junior, are you saying that he's coming back as a professional or just
Yeah, to fight Barrios for the WBC belt.
with Manny Pacquiao?
Yes, they're in talks right now.
This is what I don't like about boxing.
But it's not boxing. It's the PBC. See, you got to understand, Al Heyman, he still has Manny Pacquiao under contract. So if Manny comes out of retirement, he got to fight a PBC fighter.
No, that's okay.
Lifetime contract?
Nah, but
Sound like it.
It's okay, but he's not going to be able to compete at the highest level like he once did.
yeah,
That's what I mean.
he's gonna get
Fight
big.
someone else.
Yeah, so Errol Spence is the other guy.
Errol, I thought he moved up to 154.
Nope. They talk about him fighting Barrios.
Has he fought since that?
He hasn't fought since Terrence.
okay.
Terrence beat the brakes out of him, bro.
What?
It's like 2 years ago, right?
He's still waiting for his brain to
Almost
stop shaking.
3.
Yeah, that fight was like,
Almost
I
3.
don't know if you've seen the last knockout in that when his feet were in the air. Like,
It'll be 3
it was a
years.
Martin episode.
Yo, it'll be 3 years come July.
Since what?
Since Errol and Crawford.
I mean, I thought he was never going to come back.
No, but it's been. You're right, Pete.
The way
You're
he
right.
got
Yeah,
beat, though, it's like,
yeah.
damn, bro.
Yeah,
That's
Pete.
how you beat a champion, man. Just like that.
I thought the same.
hey man,
I've never seen him get knocked like that.
Yo, but then Crawford started talking crazy lately. You ain't hear what he said? Crawford said that Spence ain't even a Hall of Famer.
I mean, what do you think? He's won a couple of belts, but come on, man. I mean,
His argument was he's been at the same weight class his whole career.
and he hasn't like really dominated throughout the years. You know what I mean? Like let's say 10 years. If we would have beat everyone like in 10 years straight,
Right.
if we would have lost like in 10 years, then it would be a different talk.
Like Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder's going to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but Deontay,
Dog, he had 10 title defenses. Huh?
My thing is,
And they was all knockouts.
all knockouts.
Yo.
my thing is though, just because other boxers they kind of push the envelope by jumping up weight classes, like one of my favorite, Roy Jones Jr. and a couple others, that doesn't mean every boxer has to do that just to be a Hall of Fame caliber boxer. You can stay in your lane and just whoop ass.
I get you. I get you. Like, who's done that? There's a few.
Mayweather went up.
Yeah,
went up.
Mayweather, he went
Roy
up.
Jones
But
went up.
somebody like Triple G. Triple G stayed at 160 and dominated.
Yeah.
That's why he's a Hall of Famer.
What about Sweet Pea?
Defenses.
Sweet Pea.
Did he move up?
Nah, he dominated welterweight, but he would fight those catchweights
Yeah.
and dominate. So,
Yeah. I watch him more than anybody.
yeah, Sweet Pea, man, he's tough.
HBO boxing, baby.
Yeah, remember those?
He was always
movies?
on it.
Oh
That's
man,
how I know.
Sweet Pea and Roy.
Yep.
It's one of them things where you
Sweet Pea and Roy, bro.
Favorites, man.
I mean, you have to challenge yourself. Like Crawford is actually doing that, moving up 14 pounds.
I already told y'all he gonna beat Canelo. Y'all still ain't listening to me.
Skills wise, yes. I would go with Crawford, yes.
Pedro,
Oh,
he's
man.
gonna beat this guy. I'm telling you.
You said skill-wise, yes. So So what's the other thing you don't think he has over Canelo? Height?
Thank you, T.
Canelo don't got that.
Thank you, T.
Like an Errol Spence type of beating.
No, it ain't gonna be that. I ain't saying
Yeah,
that.
they're similar sizes. I feel like.
No, believe me, I don't like Canelo like that.
I was just wondering what else you meant though. That's all.
About the Errol beating down, you know what I mean? It ain't gonna be like that. 'cause
No.
Canelo's a thicker guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Canelo, I never seen anybody really hurt Canelo.
Me neither.
And he been hit by Bivol, he been hit by Kovalev, he been hit by a lot of guys, all
He
right?
ain't been hit by one though.
Although he's not my
He's been
favorite.
avoided.
I mean, Canelo's
Yeah, the monster.
Oh, Fat Boy.
He said, what's his name? He said Sheedy's brother to fight him. Like, go see what he's about.
I know. I saw him on Instagram and I was offended.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I know that man. I said, oh man, come on, man.
Ellis.
I'm like, damn. But you can't get mad at that though.
real quick. I mean, Canelo's not my favorite, but you have to give it to him in terms of longevity. I mean, he's
I mess with Canelo, but
Yeah, I mess with him too. But how long has Benavidez been chasing him? So you say longevity? How many years has he been ducking him though?
You're right about that. I mean, that's something that
we all know that.
right.
Everybody knows. Everybody knows
You
except
got
for
one
him.
man on the track running, one man on the treadmill.
Everybody knows he's running from my man David Benavidez except himself. He doesn't know that.
You hear Todd? Or roller skates.
Yeah, man.
Hey, listen, man, the next couple of fights.
All right, here we go. Yeah, so we got Eubanks and we got Conor Ben. Now, let me tell you about these guys. These guys, they go way back. Their fathers fought back in the day.
Oh.
So there's a lot of animosity between these dudes.
Generational beef.
Yeah, Eubanks smacked him with an egg during the press conferences.
Oh, that's the
earlier.
I see that. Yeah, I saw that.
So this is gonna be a good fight, but I gotta give it to Eubanks.
It's like Creed or something.
Right.
And the last one right here.
Oh yeah, in Madison Square Garden. This is gonna be a great card.
Wait a minute. Wait.
What?
Times Square. No,
Yeah.
Madison.
Oh, excuse me. You're right. Times Square outside. Oh yeah, you know there's no fans, right?
No fans.
No fans.
Just pay-per-view.
Just no fans.
That's probably a smart idea.
Yep, there's no fans.
They gonna block that. Yeah,
Times Square outside New York.
I mean,
Nighttime?
there's gonna be people like
Yeah.
but there's gonna be no fans like surrounding the ring and all of that stuff.
Smart.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Should be interesting.
Yo, put that graphic back up real quick, P. I wanna talk about it a little bit. Okay, so we got the first fight, Devin Haney versus my man. What's his last name? Ramirez, right? I think Ramirez is gonna beat Devin Haney. I think he's gonna knock him out. I personally think so.
Due to the psyche.
Yes, I think that's the wrong fight for Devin to come back on. And then Ryan and Rolly.
We don't know what's gonna happen.
That's gonna be a good fight though.
He said left hook.
As long as it lasts. As long as it lasts, it's gonna be a good fight. Entertaining.
Left hook.
Right? Nah, Ryan's gonna knock him out, but it's still gonna be entertaining. And then Teofimo versus my man Barboza.
The grudge match. Yeah.
Listen here. This is gonna be a good fight.
Yeah, me too, man.
That's gonna be fight of the year candidate.
He slapped him too. Teofimo slapped Barboza.
Yeah.
A lot of slapping going on.
Yeah. Slapped him in the face during the presser. So this is gonna be next couple of weeks. We got some fights coming on, man.
All right.
And then we got also Canelo.
May 3rd.
May 3rd, he's fighting Crow.
We'll talk about that next week. Yes.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Okay.
Too bad it's not the Crow.
But yeah, we got some good fights coming up. Oh, Rashidi's fighting again on the 26th. Foxborough, doubleheader.
Foxborough.
Yeah,
26th
versus New
of this
York.
month?
Of this month. I'm going. So if y'all want to go.
No snowstorm, right?
No snowstorm. This time, y'all don't even know I drove through the snow to see my guy. But,
Yeah, he did.
But yo, this time, Foxwoods, and then we
that's
taking a
next
trip to
Saturday.
the city. Yeah, the
next
26th. After vacation. During vacation,
I
yeah.
got nothing going on.
Come
Training
through.
kids, so.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, we actually got some interviews. Baseball. I went to Manning the other day. Not Manning, Fraser.
Yeah.
I went to Fraser. English and Everett. English won 11-1.
All right.
Yeah.
They beat Everett?
Yeah. Yeah.
Baseball?
Yeah.
Yeah, their pitcher, Jerry L.
This little DR out
Oh,
here.
yeah. I forgot.
Their pitcher.
They be kicking ass.
Yeah, I forgot.
Don't try to be stereotypical.
Yeah, nah, real talk.
We see what happened in basketball.
Yeah.
So we motivating y'all to kill him.
Yeah, their pitcher struck out 7 batters. It was going.
Huh?
Yeah, he straight. That boy was throwing that thing.
What's his name?
Jerry L.
Jerry L.
Yeah.
What if I know?
So check this out, and we're gonna wrap this thing up because Pedro gotta go. Okay, Coach. Guys, it was 1-1 after the second inning, third inning. You guys put up, I think, 5 or 6 runs. What changed in that third inning?
I think what changed in that inning was that we took a quality at bat in that inning, and we start putting the ball in play. And guys, I feel they start getting more comfortable at the plate, and that was huge in that inning. Taking a good quality at bat.
Talk about your defense. You had a couple 1, 2, 3 innings, got them really out of there quickly. What was good about your defense today?
Well, that's something that we've been working on it. Stay focused, on defense. We gotta make every single varsity average play, and we just gotta make sure, we have done that, pretty well in the game.
You guys, it's still early on in the season, right? So there's a lot of growth that you guys are doing. But how you like it coming in here to start the week off with a win? On a nice day out today.
Yeah, it was a pretty nice day, playing baseball in this kind of weather. We've been focused. We've been focused in a lot of things, but especially we gotta stay focused on our defense, throwing strike, putting the ball in play, and that's something that we have to keep working on it day by day, getting better little by little. It's not something that is gonna come from the day of the night.
Yeah, and lastly, also, and talking about your defense, your offense today too. The bats were clicking today. You guys were getting the hit on the ball today. That's how how much better was your offense today?
That's something that's our best, hitting, and that's really good seeing that right now, early in the year, with the weather, but we're gonna keep working and just doing the little things and start putting the ball in play.
All right, Coach, congrats on the win.
I think.
All right, man, you guys came out here. You guys got the win, put up 11 runs. The bats were really hitting today. Just what can you say about the team today?
I can say about the team that we really came together. I know the first game was iffy, but it was the beginning of the season. It was freezing. I get that. But, everyone's playing in it. But I'm glad that our team came together, played as a team. We brought each other up and everything. And I like to see that from my team, and I hope it just goes up from there.
Right, you got the pitch. You were pitching today. You started off really well. Didn't give up a lot, not too many hits. You had a good amount of strikeouts, right? Well, what was working for you right there on the mound?
Really what was working on me from the mound was taking my time, taking a deep breath, and really hitting that outside corner with that fastball. And
Yeah, talk about that third inning. That was like the inning that really got you guys going. It seemed like everything was going well in that inning for you guys.
Yeah, like our teammates made an error, but we had to pick each other up, because if we pick each other down, it's not going to work out for the long run, especially for the season. We have a long season, and I just hope we go up from there and picking each other up every step of the way.
Definitely. What can you guys use from this game that'll help you carry over to the next game you guys got coming up this week?
We could definitely use the momentum that we have. We got to bring even more energy, especially against Classy on Wednesday. Big rivalry game. I just hope we just bring the energy, and I hope we do good and put the ball in play.
All right, congrats on the win.
All right.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We have come to an end. Actually,
Good show.
There's a game going on right now at Frazier Field. English and Classical playing right now. They got the 4 o'clock game.
Hold up. How many games have there been so far to have this rivalry already?
This is like the 4th game of the season.
What are we doing?
Yeah, it's bad early. I thought they was going to play like next week.
Come on. Make it a night game, too.
Yeah,
I want to
it's
see
a doubleheader.
How's Tech
There's another
playing?
game.
How's Tech baseball?
Why are they playing first?
Because they played last the other day.
Moot. How's Tech baseball? You know.
I think they won the other day. No, they lost actually to Neshoba the other day.
Okay.
So,
Eddie be having to work, you know.
Yeah, Eddie. That's my shout out to Eddie, man. Yeah, Eddie, man. That's why I'm, E.
They
my
be
guy.
at why?
I ran into Little E. I was at Chipotle.
yeah.
That's his favorite spot.
He don't say nothing to me.
Oh, Little E?
He just looks at me and
Yeah,
stares.
nah, that's
Like,
my
bro,
dog.
you say something to me, I'm pretty chill.
That's my dog. Shout out Little E too, man.
Yeah, but
My
yeah,
boy.
there's a game going on at Fraser right now, so I ain't gonna be there. But yeah, man, we gotta get up out of here. It's been a fun show.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, man. Shoot.
Peace.
All right, school vacation.
Oh yeah.
No show next week. No show next week. I'm gonna be doing a Black College tour, so I'll be back. We'll be back the following week.
You bringing the camera?
Hey, man, I'm out here just making my way, man. I'm
You bringing the camera?
Just making my way. We out of here, folks. We'll catch y'all next week.
Stay light skinned.
You bringing the camera?